Yep, it's time for another retwist. Hey good people, it's been 4 long months since I've had a retwist. It wasn't anything I planned to do either. It just kind of happened. I think the last video I did before a retwist was me maybe dyeing my hair black. I'm not sure, but I know it's been quite a while. And I ended up just doing just a lot of wash and goes or a set of pipe cleaner curls. And I just didn't feel the need to retwist my hair. Would I go that long again? Probably not. I don't have real thick hair, so I feel like it just made it a tad bit harder for me when I got ready to retwist my hair separating. Now, if I was going to a stylist, maybe because they could really see my parts and just what's going where, but I don't, get too hung up on how my parts look. For me, it was just separating. Even though I did separate my hair every day, I just feel like with my hair not being very thick, it made my roots a little bit more prone to not growing the way I'm used to them growing into my locks. However, I will probably go at least maybe 3 months without a retwist, but I think 4 months is pushing it for me. So here we have 2 different style locks. This one is from my original set of Locs, and the other one, the one I'm twisting right here as well, is when I had an undercut, and so I did comb coils just to see if I could tell the difference between comb coils and 2-strand twist locks. So the one I'm twisting now is super small, and I will probably end up combining it with another lock in the future. I'm doing a few of my locks this way, the ones that just seemed super thin. I'm just gonna go through and combine them with another lock. As of right now, I believe I have around 90 locks on my head. So it'll be nice just for them to be a little thicker since I don't have many. I'm just misting my hair with only water and spray bottle, and I'm still using the Loc Booster twist gel to retwist my hair with, and that's all I'm using. I get a lot of questions about buildup or residue from the Loc Booster. I don't typically get buildup on the lock itself, probably because when I apply the Loc Booster gel, I'm only applying it when I retwist my hair. However, when I apply it to my edges before I go to sleep, I will wipe that off. And then in the morning, if I reapply it, that's how I avoid having the buildup, is because I don't apply the Loc Booster more than one time to the same area, if that makes sense. So when I do put it on my edges, if I'm planning on using it again the next day, I will be wiping it off, when I do my skin routine, whatever, at night. However, for the locks on top of my head, in the back, in the middle, I'm not going through and putting Loc Booster on those locks several times in between retwists. And the Loc Booster does not dry hard, it dries soft, which for some people that may be an issue if you like for your locks to have that super hard hold. But let me just say, I think the whole buildup and what product you're using, it pretty much applies to all products. If you're using a product on top of your locks several times without washing it out, I would expect buildup regardless of what product it is. So if you know you're going to be applying a lot of product, or especially for when you have a lot of new growth, and let's just say you want to do a sleek ponytail and you're using a lot of product to get it down, I usually only do that when I know that I'm going to be washing my hair like that night or the very next day. Okay, so I'm going to continue retwisting my hair, spraying with water when it feels dry, and I will start speeding up the video and I'll pop back on towards the end. Speak more on product buildup and how it's going with the Clove spray for hair growth. All right, so we're in the bathroom now so I can see what I'm doing. Before I was kind of just feeling my way through, but I do like to be in front of the mirror when I do the side and the front of my hair. Also, I did use the Clove water spray a few months ago. I did a video on how I make the spray, and while I did observe some noticeable results along my edges and down my middle part where I wanted to see the most results, I also had a lot of breakouts on my face whenever I used it. Even if I was like super careful, for some reason it broke me out, and I absolutely hate bumps. So I stopped using it. However, I will maybe use it in the back of my head just to see if I will still break out, because I can use hair growth pretty much anywhere at this point. I don't know if anyone else had those issues, but I can say it did help with the hair growth. Okay, so when I get to this point of retwisting my hair, I am just so happy because I am almost done. But I did want to take the time to show you my little two-headed dragon. So we are going to keep her, and we're just going to retwist the root. And after I retwist the root, I will go through and two-strand the two locks together. I usually let them grow together for a while, and I will cut the smallest one. I also get questions about how do I keep the frizz down on my locks, and I honestly think it's a combination of my hair type, how long I've had my locks, and the fact that I do the palm roll method along the entire lock. It seems the tighter your curl pattern is, the less frizz you will probably have. I notice those that have a looser curl pattern usually have a lot more frizz versus someone with a tighter curl pattern who isn't really even trying to keep the frizz down. And like I said, I think the more mature your locks are, the less you may have to worry about some of those things if you're continuing on with the palm roll method. Now, if you do not care for the palm roll method or it's not working, there's also a tool you can use to help with the frizz, and you can also do the locksmithing technique that will also help with the frizz. Okay, we are all done. Clips are in. I am going to let this dry. And it is the next day. I got my busted down part going on. My hair is flat because it's a fresh retwist. And as you can see, there is no residue or buildup at my roots or along my locks. However, I do need a tape to make things look a little neater back there. One thing about not having a lot of locks is when you retwist, it does not take a long time. I'm not sure what style I'll do after this. It may be two-strand twist, or it might be another set of pipe cleaner curls. Regardless, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.